things could have ended way differently for the both of us.
Joyce was a famous influencer who built a multi-million-dollar company, but her husband was a serial cheater who destroyed it all. Right when Joyce was planning their 20th wedding anniversary, Jonasi cold-heartedly served her divorce papers. Joyce refused to sign, reminding him they built this empire together from nothing. Even though Jonasi was already living with his girlfriend, Joyce boldly visited their house to invite both of them to the ceremony, desperate to renew the vows they made 20 years ago. But when Joyce gets...
You'll take care of me?
Yes.
Is this what you call taking care of me? Is that what you call it?
Years ago. But when Joyce gets a call that the anniversary party is cancelled, she loses her mind. She rushes to their house and sets their passports on fire, but the flames quickly spread, trapping the entire house in a massive blaze. Matipa originally used Jonasi's older brother just to get a job at the company, but her real target was Jonasi himself. She carefully snuck into his office and used her body to trap him.
Because you haven't heard the horror stories of the CEO that bites.
Jonasi finally gave in. Even while celebrating his newborn baby at the hospital with Joyce, he couldn't stop thinking about a secret note Matipa slipped him. He lied to his wife, rushed back to the office and crossed the line. The truth finally comes out when Joyce spots a lipstick stain on Jonasi's shirt. She tracks down Matipa and brutally beats her up right in public. Furious.
We built this house together.
No. I built this house.
Wow.
Understood?
Furious, Jonasi packs his bags and leaves. To force his attention back, Joyce drops their kids right at his new house, but Matipa immediately uses this chaos to pressure Jonasi into demanding a final divorce. Matipa instantly calls the police and gets Joyce brutally arrested. Jonasi loses his temper at Matipa for calling the cops and immediately bails Joyce out of jail. Joyce gets the minister to cancel the deal. The minister's wife demands a stable power couple, so Jonasi fakes his love, tricking Joyce into believing he is finally back for good. At their
Love is patient, is kind. Love is not proud. Love does not delight in
grand anniversary party, they put on a massive show, making everyone believe that their broken marriage is completely fake. Joyce finally signs the divorce papers, but to fully lock down his multi-million-dollar business deal, Jonasi keeps up the fake act and pretends to build a perfect relationship with her again. Her mother Grace warns her to stop wearing tracksuits so Jonasi doesn't run back to his mistress. Desperate to save her marriage, Joyce obeys, and the entire family is finally living together again. Jonasi brutally breaks the news to Matipa that he's back with his wife. Then, in a savage move, Jonasi and Joyce
doesn't concern you.
Everything that man does affects all of us.
Jonasi and Joyce team up and officially fire Matipa from the office. Matipa demands a massive $3.5 million settlement, threatening a nasty court case if they refuse, while secretly making the minister her next target. Jonasi is utterly shocked to discover that Matipa has successfully infiltrated the minister's inner circle and is now working directly with him. While trying to escape the drama on a peaceful trip, Jonasi and Joyce are hit with a massive bombshell. They have another baby on the way. Terrified of history repeating itself, Joyce is paralyzed with fear since Jonasi abandoned her during her last...
Won't you be wondering where you are right now?
Jonasi abandoned her during her last pregnancy. She desperately contemplates a hysterectomy but stops herself, wanting to tell Jonasi first. But the real nightmare hits at the hospital when the doctor mentions a high-profile delivery and Joyce spots Matipa, who has just given birth to twins. Joyce demands the absolute truth and Jonasi finally breaks. He confesses that seeing Matipa with the minister drove him crazy, and when he went to confront her, she easily seduced him all over again. Desperate to save her marriage, Joyce begs him to stay and even offers to let Matipa live with them, but Jonasi completely rejects her and runs straight back to Matipa. When Jonasi brags about her offer to Matipa, Joyce snaps and plots to murder him, tracking down a black market gun dealer through her father's friend. Jonasi is terrified, believing that Joyce is about to end her own life. Taking advantage of his fear, Joyce offers Matipa a high-paying job to back off, but Matipa rejects it for love. In a shocking meeting with Jonasi and his older brother, Joyce declares that Matipa can move in and marry Jonasi, leaving the clueless brother in charge of all the wedding arrangement.
Wait, hold on. Mom, what do you mean this lady is our new mom?
Are you guys getting a divorce?
Matipa boldly moves into the house with her newborn twins, exploding the family's darkest secret right in front of Joyce's devastated children, Mans and Anpume. Desperate to save her brand, Joyce threatens a live tell-all campaign tomorrow, while laying down a bizarre house rule for Matipa. Whenever Jonasi gets sleepy, he sleeps in her bed. Just as Joyce's campaign kicks off, Matipa blindsides her by posting a cozy family photo with Jonasi and the twins, which instantly goes viral across social media. In a desperate bid to control the damage and save her multimillion-dollar brand, Joyce launches into a live interview to clear her name and fix the mess. While Matipa and Joyce panic over Jonasi's absence from their son's event, Jonasi is secretly romancing his own sister-in-law. Mukesh arrives home and is shocked to find Jonasi's car parked outside.
You are going to sleep at home, in our marital bed, every single night.
While Joyce handles the intense media interview with absolute professionalism, a furious Jonasi turns on Matipa, exploding at her in a rage for leaking that viral family photo. In a shocking twist, Mukesh's wife Essie was actually Jonasi's first childhood girlfriend, who financially supported a poor, girl-chasing Jonasi just so he could afford to go to university. Returning 8 years later, Jonasi discovers Essie married his brother, while Essie learns he married Joyce. Yet, in a toxic twist, Jonasi still secretly marries Essie anyway. In a mind-blowing secret, Sarah and Freedom are actually Jonasi's biological children who know the truth, even though the entire
He promised that he would give me some money to help me pay for my university application. Now he says he doesn't have money.
Even though the entire family believes they belong to his brother Mukesh. With Joyce refusing to celebrate his birthday this year, Jonasi spends the special day for the very first time with Essie and his secret children, embracing his hidden family. Realizing the damage is irreversible, a devastated Joyce and Matipa both break down to their close friends, fearing they have single-handedly destroyed their own lives.
Joyce has a wife.
What, you didn't know? That's a surprise.
Joyce is absolutely furious and disgusted as Matipa boldly hosts her newborn twins' official naming ceremony right inside Joyce's own house. In a shocking betrayal, Anpume catches her fiancé-to-be romancing Sarah, who, fueled by intense jealousy and a deep inferiority complex, always tried to outdo Anpume, sparking a massive scandal across the entire family. Finally, a defeated Mukesh admits he is exhausted from playing this fake marriage game, but an arrogant Jonasi fires back, brutally telling him, "You are absolutely nothing without me." Sarah and Freedom are finally exhausted from living a lie, refuse to hide in the shadows anymore. During a violent argument, Sarah accidentally pushes Essie down, causing a fatal fall, and in a blind panic, Sarah calls Joyce and exposes the ultimate truth. Jonasi is her biological father. As Matipa and Joyce suspect Jonasi has even more secret wives and children, a desperate Jonasi denies everything and begs for forgiveness, but a cold Joyce is now completely done with his useless apologies. Quitting social media entirely.
Since I was born, no one has ever bothered to buy me a cake, or maybe
Social
even
media
some...
entirely, a scheming Joyce quietly steps away from the drama, maliciously wondering how the public will react once Jonasi's secret marriage to Essie finally explodes into the light. When a furious Joyce confronts Mukesh for keeping her in the dark, a recovered Essie defends him, admitting, "If I had told you back then, it would have completely broken your heart." Meanwhile, the innocent Manzi, who is madly in love with Mamdani but too shy to propose, is shattered to catch his own father clubbing with her, knowing she is already Anpume's taken best friend. In a risky move, Manzi and Anpume secretly throw a wild, forbidden party at home while their parents are away, unwittingly inviting Mamdani straight into Jonasi's dangerous radar. Staying overnight, a drowsy Ladani is drinking whiskey when Jonasi corners her, offers a premium blend to cloud her judgment, and lures her into his bedroom, trapping another helpless victim. Sparks fly during secret chats as Ladani dishes the gossip to her friend, leading to a romantic private dinner and an international getaway where she ultimately gets pregnant with Jonasi's child.
How many more bitches are you sleeping with? Do you have any more kids?
Jonasi's child.
Are there any other...
As a critically ill Ladani is ghosted by a heartless Jonasi, she is rushed to the hospital where, in a stunning twist of fate, Jonasi's own wife Joyce steps in to save her life. When Anpume learns Ladani is discharged, they cancel their trip and rush home only for a shocked Joyce to catch a scheming Jonasi red-handed with Ladani inside their own house. Told by her doctor that her husband infected her, a furious Matipa sees Ladani with Jonasi and snaps, asking if Ladani is the reason she caught this illness. A furious Joyce brutally beats Ladani, landing herself in jail only to suffer a worse fate when she tests positive for gonorrhea, the exact same illness Jonasi gave to Matipa. Shattered after catching Ladani with his father, Manzi can't escape the trauma, sparking fierce, explosive fights with Jonasi as the once innocent boy completely abandons his soft nature for revenge. Confronting his monstrous lust, she screams at Jonasi for ruining such a young girl, but amid the violent...
You're dressed like that in my house.
This is not just your house.
But amid the violent chaos and trauma, a devastated Ladani tragically suffers a miscarriage. Desperate to see Jonasi dead, Joyce demands a divorce, but a toxic Jonasi refuses, chillingly declaring she'll have to kill him himself because his twisted love will never let her go. Completely devastated after discovering her own father betrayed her best friend, a broken Sarah packs her bags and abandons the family home, unable to bear the toxic shame anymore. Preparing his final meal, Joyce laces Jonasi's dinner with deadly poison, then blasts fast music and locks her children in a room to drown out the horrific sounds of his final moments. Against all odds, Jonasi survives, but when the doctor discovers the lethal poison, a desperate Joyce bribes him to lie and declare the assassination attempt was just a sudden heart attack. Refusing to take more risks, Matipa secretly transfers Jonasi's money into her bank, but a furious Jonasi catches the theft and brutally beats her after discovering his accounts were drained. Returning home, Joyce warns Jonasi that shares will crash if the public learns their CEO is sick, leaving a completely isolated Jonasi abandoned even by his own son, who refuses to help. Showing Joyce the physical... Showing Joyce the physical bruises of Jonasi's abuse, a broken Matipa leaves her kids behind and flees, prompting a horrified Joyce to declare that Jonasi has completely turned into a monster. Despite the devastation, Jonasi demands Joyce return to how she used to be, forcing her to fiercely remind him that his wealth, status, and CEO title exist solely because she built him from nothing. Awakening Mukesh's conscience, Joyce turns him against Jonasi, who gets thrown out of his own house, leaving a broken, paranoid Jonasi convinced that Joyce and Mukesh slept together as she ends their relationship forever. Leaving behind a heartbreaking note, Matipa writes that she will never return, begging Joyce to take permanent custody and care for her children forever as she disappears.
Show up at my house because I will honestly pour boiling water over him.
Into the night. Bringing Sarah a new laptop to ease her loneliness, Mukesh is shocked when a broken Sarah desperately tries to romance him, but he forcefully rejects her advances and immediately exposes the incident to Essie. With nowhere else to go, a homeless Jonasi flees to Essie's house as his absolute last option, only to walk in and catch her red-handed with her secret boyfriend. Earning on the brother who hid his dark secrets, Jonasi fires Mukesh from the office, but a relieved Mukesh tells Joyce, who chillingly declares that Jonasi is an old dog who will never learn new tricks. Addicted to burning cash, Ladani returns to Jonasi since he's the only one who can fund her lifestyle, leaving Joyce horrified to discover the shameless duo are already back together partying. Suddenly, Jonasi's health takes a fatal turn, leaving him paralyzed with shock when the doctor diagnoses him with an incurable, deadly virus, a reality the arrogant CEO fiercely refuses to accept. 2 years later, a dying Jonasi faces Ladani's wrath as his health completely deteriorates, forcing the ruined CEO to beg Mukesh for help, pleading to save the company for his children's sake. Calling from an unknown number, Jonasi tearfully confesses he misses Joyce, before landing on a ventilator the next day, softening Joyce's heart enough to offer him one last chance if he abandons everything and promises total honesty. Breaking Joyce's trust instantly, Jonasi secretly vanishes from the hospital, leaving her stunned when the doctor reveals that Ladani signed the discharge papers. Paralyzed and unable to even drink water, a helpless Jonasi faces ultimate karma as a disgusted Ladani refuses to look at him, giving the dying CEO one final bath before abandoning him completely. Celebrating a rare happy moment, Joyce proudly launches her new book surrounded by guests until a ruthless Ladani ruins the entire event by abandoning a dying, helpless Jonasi right in the middle of the party. Rising from the ashes, JJ Company enters a new era as Sarah and Manzi step up alongside Mukesh, joining forces to rescue and rebuild the collapsing family business together. Living like a dog at Joyce's house, a pathetic Jonasi still dreams of Ladani's return until a furious Joyce shoves him out of his wheelchair, screaming that he chose to die with that gold-digging female dog. As Sarah returns, Joyce celebrates her birthday knowing it might be Jonasi's last, while a terrified Jonasi begs Joyce to hold him one final time, crying that he is absolutely paralyzed by the fear of death. Going to fetch her father's clothes, Sarah gets into a fierce showdown with Ladani only to discover the ultimate betrayal. Jonasi had legally transferred the entire house under his toxic mistress's name. Sharing a rare quiet moment, Manzi helps his dying father and sneaks him a forbidden beer, tearfully admitting he finally understands that Jonasi's harshness was only meant to make his weak son strong. Waking up the next morning, Joyce discovers Jonasi has died, but as funeral preparations begin, she is shocked to learn Essie stole the body, having been repeatedly banned by Joyce from seeing him alive. Arriving with the police, Joyce forces Essie to hand over Jonasi's body, delivering a chilling final warning that if she dares to show her face at the funeral, she will face severe consequences. As Essie, Matipa, and Ladani crash the funeral, a dark flashback reveals Joyce's ultimate revenge. She engineered Jonasi's fatal illness through a mystery woman, while Manzi only faked his love to steal the entire empire.
Day when they put me in a coffin and bury me, that's when you get rid of me.